I want to see who's going to be the first person to put something in the chat, even if it's just your business information. All right, Dow, here you go. Dow coming in first with his information. So everyone, Dow's information is in the chat. He is All Assured Solutions. He does some phenomenal things. So make sure that you check him out. Jackie, nothing but scrubs. Love her scrubs. They are so comfortable when you wear them. And she said, work. Marketing is work. Yes, it is. But you got to have a plan. You got to have strategy. You got to know what you're doing. I ain't mad at you. All right, Dow said fun. I like that one because marketing is fun. Yeah, it could be work, it could be challenging, but it's fun once you see what you produce, what you do, how people react to your marketing, to your social media, to everything that you have. I really love that. And yes, Dow also put in the chat that we need to go ahead and vote for Dow. If you can go in and see the great things that he is doing, make sure you do your vote for
That's
Dow. Put it
marketing.
in. Yes, it is. Use every platform that you can
I
to
learned that
market
from
what you
you.
need to. Yes, I'm not mad at that. And then, of course, Tonda would just be boutique. She said clarity. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Because before you can go ahead and have a plan, have strategy, and all that, you got to have clarity on your business, on what it is that you want to market. What is your offer? How does that offer really resonate with your target client as well as your target audience? Because they are two different entities. Your target audience is people who may not be your client right now, but they may know your client, or that target audience may be able to get buy-in so they can go out and promote for you. And so that's why it's important for us to know that. Let me see who else has came in the room. All right, we're going to get ready to start. We had over 15 people who have registered, and we know how it is. But we're going to go ahead and get started because, like I said, time and energy is precious in this currency. So I first want to start. I asked y'all to put your business name, information about your business in one word that describes how you feel about marketing. And I'm asking you to do that because we got to start somewhere. This is where we're starting, not just from scratch, because I want you to know you already have a business. That's the most important thing. You already have started to communicate to your customers, to your clients, what your service and what your product is. And so, on top of that, as entrepreneurs, and especially as veteran entrepreneurs or military connected entrepreneurs, we want to make sure that we have a strategy, that we have a plan on what we need to do to market ourselves the right way, our business, our brand. And you have a business brand, and then you also have a personal brand. And those are things that we're going to talk about a little bit more, but even more in detail later on. I'll tell you about some other opportunities that are coming up. So first, for everybody that don't know me, I think I know pretty much everybody in the room right now, but my name is Yolanda Marie Tate, and I'm so glad to have you here with me tonight as we get ready to go over this session so that you can stop guessing about your marketing and actually have a strategy. And so this is not just another demo. Yes, we're going to demo some tools. We're going to talk about some things, but I want this to be interactive. So y'all already know I'm loud. I like to have fun. I like to be interactive. So I'm going to be asking you a lot of questions in the chat. And if you don't already have it, if you can get and pull up on your computer, you're already on it. Hopefully, I'm not sure who's on their phones, but if you are on your computer, I want you to go ahead and open up ChatGPT. I want you to open up Claude. If you don't have Claude, you can register for it using your Google account and just use the free account. And then I also want you to open up Google Gemini. So open up all three of those tools. We have some other tools that I'm just going to show you as well, but I want you to open up those three tools. so that you can follow along with me. Now, something else that I'm going to put in the chat. I am going to put this Notion document link in the chat. This link, I need to make sure you can open it up because it has most of all the prompts I'm going to be showing you tonight. So I just put the link in the chat. I want to see if you can open it up. Somebody tell me if they are able to see it. You can give me a thumbs up, something. Awesome, Jackie, Tonda, so y'all are able to open the link. All right, that link will have some of the prompts that we're going to be using tonight as I'm going through this demonstration and through this webinar. All right, so we got everybody good on that. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to move on. If you have not put your business in the chat, you are missing out because this is how you connect and network with other people. People don't know you if they don't know what your business is. You got to build that like, know, and trust. And so you got to be willing to share what you are doing. And even if you do not have a business yet, if you're planning on starting your business, put that information in the chat so people know who you are and what you do. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on. Like I said, I'm working on my screen over here. We're going to go on to the next slide. And that is before AI can help you. Because what happens a lot of times is that a lot of people jump into using AI and they don't have clarity. And that was the one word that Tonda brought up when it comes to marketing. You don't have clarity. But then you go in and you use an AI tool and you ask it something simple like write me a post, a LinkedIn post about X, Y, and Z. But then that AI is going to give you something, but it's not going to give you the right something because you didn't train it. You didn't give it information. You just asked it something simple. So before AI can help you, your offer has to be clear. You have to have clarity. And it has to be clear enough that the right person, your target audience, your target client can see themselves in it. I'm going to say it again. They have to be able to see themselves in it. Now, everything else, the tools, prompts, agents, automation, all that comes after you get clarity. But the problem that I see that a lot of entrepreneurs have is that they try to use the tools, the automation, and all that stuff before really getting clear on their offers, on their strategy, on what they actually provide. A lot of times they can't even articulate what it is that you offer, what your business does. You're not able to pitch it the right way. So your messaging and all of that stuff is important before we even touch a tool. And I know there's a lot of tools out here and people see all these shiny things and you hear people talking about things, but I will just tell you right now, the main tools that I told you to open up is the ones that for most entrepreneurs that you're going to use the most. And that is going to be Chat, Claude, or Gemini. Those three are called generative AI tools because they allow you to produce content, to ask questions, to research at a certain level, and to actually do much more than that. But they are building and growing every single day. So this comes to another interactive moment. I want you to put in the chat, what is it that you sell? What's your service or what's your product? And put it in one sentence. Use plain language. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Just what is your services or your products? And put it in the chat because we want everybody to know what you do, what you sell, what you offer. Dow Insurance. Now, I know Dow does a little bit more than insurance. But he's just gonna sum it up into insurance because that's pretty broad.
It is broad. I don't know. I need chat to help me.
Okay, we know that you do more than insurance. We're gonna get to that in a minute. All right, Tonda says she sell confidence and comfort. All right, we're gonna talk a little bit about that. All right, Jackie says premium stylish scrubs for professionals on the move. I like that, Jackie, because you actually said how your scrubs are and who it's for. Now, Tonda, I'm gonna come back to you. You said you sell confidence. And what did you say? Let me go back to the chat. Confidence and comfort. If I didn't know you, and I do know you, if I didn't know you, I would be like, okay, what does that mean? What do you still didn't tell me what you sell. You just said confidence and comfort. What does that mean? So
That's
you
my
got to,
you gotta ask me the question.
what do you
I'm drunk.
sell?
I sell confidence and comfort in what you wear and how you.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
You got to be more specific because if somebody doesn't know you, like most of us know you here, we know you from BGA, we know you from Just Be Boutique. But if you just said, I sell comfort, confidence, and comfort, I'd be like, okay, now what? So we got to make sure that we're able to say exactly what we sell. Takesha, thank you for being here, Takesha. Let me see. You said handcrafted luxury products that inspire self-care, wellness, faith, and everyday confidence. And she goes into detail. Awesome. Dow, I help protect families, businesses, and their employers with insurance, employee benefits, legal protection, and risk management solutions. Much better than what you had before, just insurance. Okay, this is why we got to be able to articulate exactly what it is that we sell. So, like for example, for myself, I would say for Elevate to AI, and I have several businesses. So, if you got different businesses, you got to be able to articulate what each one of those service and products does. For me, with Elevate to AI, I equip entrepreneurs and leaders to use AI or to command AI and build AI systems that execute and create more capacity to lead and grow. Now, you can change that around with different offers that you have. Like for this class, I would say, for this webinar, I would say Elevate to AI turns scattered marketing into clear messaging, smarter content, and a simple AI system that saves you time. So you have to realize when it comes to messaging, people have to clearly understand what you're selling and what you're providing. Because if they don't get it and they get confused, then they're not going to want to buy from you. All right, we're going to move on to the next slide, which is the content trap. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs and founders fall into this trap because your message is unclear and your first instinct is to post more. How many of y'all have heard from influencers that say you got to post every single day? You need to post 2 or 3 times a day, every single day, in order for people to know who you are so that you're visible. You got to make sure that your content is valuable, that it means something. We hear that all the time. But let me tell you something. Everybody is not on social media. Social media is not the only way to market. You got email marketing, you got ads, you have in person events. You do a lot of marketing through direct messaging with people. So you got to understand what works best for your target client and for your audience. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to go ahead and do content every single day. Because you can have content every single day, but if it's not valuable, it doesn't mean anything. If you're not getting people to come into your DMs or you're not getting people to come off of that content and move into another space, whether it's your website or anything else, it doesn't matter. but you have to have a strategy, and your content does need to have needs to be valuable. It needs to be meaningful and impactful. And so my whole thing is that I do not want you to fall into that content trap, because I myself have done that in the past. Y'all gotta move my hair, it's just all in my way here. I myself have fell into that. Going strictly into just doing social media, spending up all my time and energy, that I failed to put other systems in place that could nurture my client, nurture my audience, whether it's through email marketing, whether it's through contacting people through the DMs, whether it's through networking at events. And so we got to make sure we don't fall into that trap. So I want y'all to put in the chat. I need you to put a 1 in the chat if you ever felt like posting, like you had posted consistently, but you still felt like people wasn't getting your message. Put a 1 in the chat. I know me, I can put that in. I've been like that several times throughout my time being an entrepreneur. All of us have dealt with that. Now, I want you to put a 2 in the chat if you ever failed to follow up. I'm going to put a 2 because I'm going to tell y'all, it's been people who have reached out to me, or I have put them in my email marketing and I wasn't consistent with it. And I'm not doing the right thing, but I'm going to start doing that right now. Yes, I like, Tonda, that you put in there too, but you're doing it now. Because a lot of us do that. We don't have a strategy. We may start to nurture our clients, but then we fall off. And when you fall off and you're not continuing to speak to your client, even if they don't buy from you right away, that's okay. The more touch points that they have for you, the more that you continue to reach out to them, the more that they will get to like, know, and trust you. So that's why it's important to continue to not just get caught up in that content trap, but you find other ways to nurture your client. Now, I want to move into what's called the shift. The shift is this: we have to stop using AI like a vending machine. You cannot go into your AI tool and put in, write me a post. That is one of the most generic things that you can do. And then expect your AI tool to understand the business behind the post. Junk in, junk out. Remember that. So it's all about training your AI tools. So the most important thing that you can do is train your tool. So you're probably like, Yolanda, how do you train my tool? So first thing is you need to upload as much data about yourself and your brand. But first we got to make sure there's no personal information that's put in there. Protect your PII. We don't want to put anything like that, or any of your health or HIPAA things or anything like that in your AI tool. But we want to make sure we give it as much information about ourselves in our business so that you can start training it to sound like you. And there are a whole bunch of different strategies and prompts and things that you can use to do that. And we'll get into that a little bit more. But the first thing is anything that you have. When it comes to sounding like you, any writings that you have done, any posts that you have done yourself, not with the help of AI, so it can see how you write, so it can see how you sound. You can also just talk to your AI. Just talk to it just like a normal person. You turn on your dictation and you just talk, brain dump, and just let it know information about you so it can understand your patterns, your tone, the way that you speak. Because the problem is a lot of times that people just go in and they just type stuff. And again, you don't really let your AI tool get to know you. And it takes time because AI needs direction. And I want to say this about AI that a lot of people think. Your AI tool does not think. It does not think. It works on patterns. It's a large language model. So the more information and data it gives you, the more that it can look at those patterns, the more it can figure out what you do, what your tone is, what the responses should give you, and all that. It's all based on data that we give it. We as the human beings. You always hear about the human in the loop. I like to say the human in command because you have to be in command of your AI. You have to command it. When you get a response from your AI, you have to verify it. You have to review it. You have to iterate on it. Don't take the first response and think that that is golden because it's not. You have to go back and you have to shape it so it works for you. So don't always go off of the first thing that you get from your AI tool. All right, so we're going to move on to something that is like a framework that I like to use when it comes to marketing. And it is the mission, message, market, momentum. Now, when we talk about mission, we're talking about what problem do you solve? What transformation do you provide? So, like for example, for myself, I would say the problem I solve is that entrepreneurs and leaders know about AI, but they're overwhelmed. And so they're unsure as to where to start. And they're spending too much time and energy doing work that AI could be doing for them, especially repeatable tasks. That's my mission, to help you not to have to do those repeatable tasks and let the AI do it so you can do the things that matter the most. Now, message is how do you explain it so that people clearly understand it quickly? We know that people have a short attention span, especially in this world now. People want stuff quick. So you ain't got time to be giving no big dissertation or anything like that on what you do, what you sell, anything. It's got to be quick so that people can get it. And so that's why you got to clearly be able to articulate that, like we said earlier. Now, market. Who needs to hear it and where are they actually paying attention to it? So I know a lot of people want to get on these social media platforms. You got to know where your target client and your target audience is at. My target client and audience is not on TikTok. So why would I be wasting my time doing all kinds of stuff, videos, shorts, all that stuff on TikTok when that's not where my client is at? My client is on LinkedIn, period. My client audience may be different. My target audience may be on Facebook, Meta, or maybe Instagram, but my client is on LinkedIn. So you got to know where your audience is at so that that message will apply to them. And then the last thing is momentum. How do you keep showing up without carrying everything manually yourself? So instead of creating everything from scratch, how do you use AI to support your content, that follow up, which a lot of us are not good at, our planning, and our workflows? Because we got to have workflows and we have to plan it all out. That's all about that strategy. So I'm going to ask you now in the chat, I want y'all to put which one of these, just think about yourself. Which one of these, whether it is the mission, the message, the market, the momentum, which one of these you need to work on the most in your business right now? Market. Thank you, Dial. Market. A lot of people are going to say market. Who needs to hear it? Love it, love it. That's what we're here for. Everybody is saying market. Who needs to hear it and where are they already paying attention? Carissa, thank you for coming in and saying something different. The mission, yes, if you're trying to figure it out, if you're trying to get that clarity, the first thing you need to know, what problem are you solving? Who are you actually providing this service or these products to? Because if you don't got that, if you don't got the mission down, then you can't even move into your messaging or your market. And momentum, thank you, Tonda. Too many businesses to focus on. Ooh, that's a good one because I'm right there with you. You got to know which one, not just your passion. Okay, I want to say this about passion. We're all passionate about things. But is that passion profitable? If it's not profitable, then that's just a hobby that you're just doing that you love. And money isn't everything. Let's get that right. Money isn't everything, but it's something because you want to make sure that you're making a profit so that you can do other things for others. And so it's important not to get that confused when you're doing multiple businesses. What is that? You know, it's great if it could be your passion and it's profitable, then that's great. But you got to figure out which one is going to make the most impact. So, what I like to look at is what is making the most impact, and the money will come. All right, we going to move on to the next part of it. So, we talked about mission, your message, your market, and your momentum. And we're going to get to some of those a little bit more. But the first thing that we got to build is a simplified offer. Now, I did a training on this previously. I think it was a couple of months ago. It was in person at VGA, and we walked through this. So some of the people are here, but I need everyone to kind of get this because your offer is not just what you sell. It's the problem that you help people move through and they get transformational results. I'm going to say that again. Your offer is not just what you sell. It's the problem you help people move through so they can get transformational results. Now, people just don't buy because they're busy. They buy because they see themselves in that problem and they believe that you have the solution or the transformational result so that their outcome is possible. So it's a big thing when you are an entrepreneur because you are selling not just yourself, not just the problem, you're selling results. So what I want you to look at is this right here on the slide. And I want you to take about 1 minute. Actually, I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes to kind of write this out yourself. I need you to write out and fill in the blanks. My offer helps or equips or empowers or whatever word you want to use. Who is your audience? Solve. You can change that word to problem or use or with or whatever you want to use so that they can. And what's the outcome? It is now 7:31. I'm going to give y'all 2 minutes at 7:33. We're going to come back and I'm going to ask some people what they got. And if you already have something, go ahead and put it in the chat so people can see what you have. Just put it in the chat. Also, for people who just came in, I have a Notion document that has most of the prompts that I'm going to be talking about this evening. I'm going to put it back in the chat so you can get it. And then that'll help you out. It'll be most of the prompts that I'm talking about this evening. And then we're going to move on a little faster. We may be a little bit over 8 o'clock. I promise y'all, I'm trying to get y'all out of here the latest. If we go over, it'll be like 8:10, 8:15. All right, dial. My offer helps individuals, families, and business owners find the right protection so they can build their future with confidence. I love that because that tells me your offer. But the only thing when it says the right protection, I would ask, what protection? You got to be a little bit clearer. So, what you had earlier in the chat actually worked through insurance, through whatever it may be. So the right protection, we got to kind of make sure it's real clear. Anyone else yet? All right, Takesha. Okay, let me see. Helps. I'm gonna kind of break it down. Kind of look. Helps people intentionally create problem moments of peace, self care, and purpose. Solves the stress, overwhelm, burnout, and disconnection that come from everyday life, so they can reconnect with themselves, restore their peace, and live more intentionally. Takesha, I like it, but I'm gonna say something to you. We gotta simplify that. We gotta tighten that up so that people really understand. So it says help people intentionally create moments of peace, self care, and purpose. So then I would be like, how? So what? So we gotta, I get that. So they reconnect with themselves, restore their peace. I would go in and tighten that up. I have seen this somewhere you have posted before, so I worked it a while ago. Okay, got it. So what I would tell you to do on this one, offers help people. Let's do one offer. So I see what you did, Takesha. Don't do your whole business. We're just doing one offer. Just one offer. So like I would use an example for you, Takesha, because I know you're here. Um, one offer that your nonprofit does. How would you clarify your offer for one offer for the service, one service that your nonprofit does, and get clarity on that? Yep, educate veterans. Educate veterans on what? So what? So you would say my offer helps to educate veterans on disability claims process so they can, and you just fill in the rest. So y'all see how I'm trying to do this in real time so you can understand and get more clarity on your offer, because your offer needs to be clear so they can advocate for themselves. Great. Love it, Takesha. That is exactly where we need to be at. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on because after this, well, let me make sure everybody is good on clarifying their offer. Jackie, I know you worked on this before. Tonda has. Amy, I haven't heard from you. I'm gonna call you out, but you here. So I'm trying to make sure everybody here, we here, get something in the chat from you.
I'm here.
All right, Amy, what's the offer that what do you do?
Ugh, I'm just now getting back into it.
Okay,
I had a company where I did interactive design and digital marketing strategy.
got it.
And I also a filmmaker. So I'm trying to
Awesome.
pare everything down into one clear thing. It's
Okay.
kind of a mess right now.
We can use all of that to help you in these next demos that I'm about to do. So I'm about to have everybody go on over to chat because that's going to be our first demo that we're going to do tonight. And that's going to be about getting clarity on your offer. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch on over to chat. I want to make sure everybody can see my screen, correct? Can y'all see my chat? Awesome. Is it small? Is it big? Do I need to enlarge it? Let me make sure if I can do this bigger. Okay, let me get this bigger so y'all can see. All right, can everybody see it better? All right, if you have the paid version, which is the $20 a month, or whether you have the free version. The thing with the free version is that you have a limited time when it comes to your sessions and your tokens and credits that you use. With the paid version, you can just do a little bit more. But what we're doing tonight, you can do in the free or you can do in the paid version. And so what I'm going to do is already in that Notion doc, but I'm also going to put it in the chat, is I'm going to put this prompt in here, and I put it in the chat already. And we're going to get ready to use this prompt. Now, I want you in your chat to do this. What you're going to do is that offer where we just did, where my offer is, put that into this template. So my rough offer is you're going to paste what that is in there. So you're going to paste the whole prompt into your ChatGPT. Then you're going to paste your offer that it is, your offer that you did. You're going to paste in who your audience is. So that's your audience and your client. And then the problem you solve. And then you're going to run this prompt. Everybody got it? All right. So
You,
I'm going
do
to,
you?
everybody got it?
Yep.
All right. So as you start running it and you start going through it, y'all just let me know what y'all have.
You wanted me to drop it in there?
Yeah, you can drop it in the chat if you have it already. And I'm going to call on a few people to go ahead and do theirs. And I'm going to put mine in here real quick so y'all can just see mine in real time that I already had pasted and put together. So should be easy to run and get information on. So the whole point of this exercise is so that you can take that rough draft of the offer that we just did and get a more clearer offer. And then also 3 ways that you can say it that's plain language. Because if we start talking, we know our stuff. We know our products, we know our services, we know, from experience, all that, but some people may not know us, and so we got to be able to break it down. So that's why I'm saying 3 plain ways that you can say it, and then the questions that you need to answer before you create any kind of content. All right, let me see who we got. So Dow, I want you to go ahead and put that information, put the prompt into your chat
That's what it
box,
gave me.
and that's what it gave you?
Yep,
Your
that's what it.
audience business. Okay, let me see. Did you add in the last part of it where it says to, because that's not what I'm seeing. Give me a clearer offer statement.
Oh, I didn't
Where
add
it's
the
like-
statement piece in here.
Yeah,
So,
you got to put that entire prompt
oh no, I put
into
the
the
entire
chat.
prompt in. I didn't copy the whole thing and came back with
Oh, okay.
put it in the
So
chat.
no, you ain't got to put it in the chat, but we're just going to talk about it. So just keep it to the side.
Okay.
Let me ask you just real quick, so since we on you, out of the 3 plain ways that it told you to say your offer, what's the best one to you? And then say it.
I actually the one I like is it's the number 2 option, and it says if there's a gap in your protection, we'll find it before it becomes an expensive mistake.
Oh, I actually do like that. Yeah, I do like that. What was one of the questions that it told you to ask before you make content?
Um, it depends who I'm talking to, business owner, homeowner. The 3 questions is like, who am I talking to? What problem am I solving today? And what action would I like them to take?
Okay, that gives some clarity. Like I said, this is just the first iteration. You can always go back and say, understanding these questions, but I need to get more clarity on these questions based on my different clients. And here are the different clients that I have, whether they're through home, whether they're through business, anything like that. Anybody else besides Dial, what did you get? I can't hear you, Jackie. Come off mute.
Um,
You said the 3, right? So
Yeah, just give me one. What's one that came up for you?
Oh, okay. The third one, it said, because when you're taking care of everyone else, your scrub should be taking care of you.
Oh, I like that. Okay. All right. And what was some of the questions that it asked?
Why should someone choose your scrubs instead of everyone else's?
Mm-hmm.
How do you want customers to feel when they put your scrubs on? And what makes your customers say, I need new scrubs?
Love it. Love it. So the whole point of this exercise in this first demo is just to show you before you even start marketing or doing any content, we got to get clear on messaging that is going to resonate with our audience and our target client. Now, this is just a first iteration. You can always go back in there and go in and say, okay, you gave me these 3. Now I want to make it stronger. I am actually having an event. I'm going to be doing pop-up at VGA, and I want to make sure every client that comes in really clearly understands what my offer is, and it'll tighten it up for you or give you something even more. So you can always go in and iterate. So I just want to make sure that we understand it. So the whole point of this first demo, and I'm using chat just so that you can see everybody knows how to use ChatGPT. So it's easy to go ahead with the right language, with the right prompt to get the answers that you need so that you can move forward in your marketing. Now, since we are here in chat, I want to give y'all something else because I know a lot of people, when it comes to marketing, we're looking at it from a business and strategy side. A lot of people like to see visuals. A lot of people want to see something so it can just grab them or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put this prompt in the chat for everyone to use if you are on your chat GPT. And I want you to answer this. It's a template that you're going to use. I'm going to put it in the chat so you can make this visual. And don't overthink it at all. Just all you got to do is copy and paste, or you can look at it from your Notion doc, put it inside ChatGPT, give it a background color, give it a word that relates to your business, and just kind of answer those. Or what you can also do, if your chat already knows everything about you, you can say, using this prompt, fill out this template, and then run this image for me. And it will do it. Everybody got that? All right, I'm going to see what y'all get. And first person gets something, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run it myself so you can see what I get. And so I'm using my business, Elevate to AI. I'm a veteran-owned business. Everybody know my word is command. So I want it to repeat command in the background of the image. I want it to say, you are the human in command. And we're going to see what it produced for me. Now, one thing I will tell you, in your chat, you'll see a plus button where you can hit image, create image. But when you give it a description of an image, it will automatically do it anyway. So I'm gonna give a few minutes to see who comes up with something. And then once you get your visual, put it in the chat. All right, y'all can see my visual then came up. Now, I can look at this and I'm like, I don't really like that. I can come over here and say, this doesn't represent represent my brand based on what you know, and I normally would speak this in, but since we're on, I don't want to speak now. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to go ahead and type this in. Based on what you know about me and my brand, please give me a stronger version that is more appealing. All right. And like I said, you can just talk to chat normally or any of your AI tools. Just talk to them like you would talk to a normal human being, and it'll go ahead and do what it needs to do. Anybody get an image yet? I hear silence, so I don't know if y'all got it yet, or you just like, I'm trying to figure out how do I upload this.
I got one very similar to what you got, but I did put in a new a new request, so it's working.
Okay, and I see Takesha is still tweaking it. And see, the whole point of it is, okay, now you see what it just gave me. It looked at what it knows about me and it gave more information and put in it for me. So this is really just to show you, if you wanted to come up with an image that you can use a prompt, or you can go ahead and you can brain dump. You can say, you can use your dictation button and you can just say, chat, I really want to come up with a really bold image about my business or my offer. This is what my offer is. Can you give me something that's going to stand out and make it into a prompt that I can review before you actually run it? You can do that as well. So the whole thing is just to tell you that you, as the human being, have control of what you put into your chat, or you put into Claude, or you put into Gemini, in any of these generative AI systems. It's all on you. And you can always iterate on it. And if I didn't like that, then I can keep on going. Whose is that? Oh, I like that, Tonda. Confidence is your best outfit. Curated styles, personal service, you at your best. Love it. And then you can always, if like for Tonda, she has a boutique, she sells clothing. So she could go ahead and tweak this even more if she wanted to have a gallery or show pictures of her clothing, or maybe models that she's had if she's done a show or anything. So it's different things that you can do with your marketing to show off what your services and your products are. And you can come up with it yourself by using the tool to assist you with it. All right, I'm going to move on because we already at time. I'm going to go to my next demo, which is going to be with Claude. All right, I want y'all to put in the chat right now. I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you use Claude. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me see how many people are actually using Claude. All right, I see you, Tonda. I use it. So I bring this up. As entrepreneurs, everybody knows about chat and OpenAI. Claude falls under Anthropic AI, which is now rising when it comes to generative and agentic AI over OpenAI. Claude provides so many different things that you can do, whether it is through Claude, through its chat, whether it's through Claude Cowork, which is something like your personal assistant that will help you to organize all your files, everything that you do within projects and skills. And Cowork is only on desktop version. You can't use it in a browser. Claude has Claude Code, which does phenomenal when it comes to help you with vibe coding And vibe coding is just using the AI tool to code things for you. You who are not us, we are not software engineers or anything like that, but you can use your AI tool to build code for you. And then that code you can put in specialized AI tools that will build the code for you. So it'll build your website, your app, all of that good stuff. Chat will actually build code for you as well. So we have to know how to use it. So I just tell you, open your mind to Claude because there's a lot of things that you can do with Claude. So I'm going to come over to Claude right now. If you don't have Claude, that is okay. This is a prompt that I'm going to put in the Claude, and I'm going to also put this prompt into the chat so you can have it. And if you are in Claude, I want you to go ahead and run this prompt. You are still using that offer. So now I would tell you to use your clearer offer statement and paste it in where it says using your clear offer statement, put that in and run that prompt. All right, I'm going to go ahead and run this prompt right here myself so you can see it in Claude. Now, the thing about Claude, I'm going to tell y'all over chat. If Claude does not have a lot of information about you, it's going to ask you questions. You don't even have to ask it, hey, ask any clarifying questions because it's going to ask you anyway. So because my Claude knows me and is trained, it may not ask me a lot of questions, but it may ask you a couple of questions before it will actually run the prompt for you. So just for example, in this prompt, we're asking it to use our clear offer statement. And then from that, we want it to build 5 content angles, 3 LinkedIn post ideas, just ideas, not the actual post itself, 2 follow-up email subject lines, and a simple call to action. Because we all know when it comes to marketing, we have to have call to actions. You just can't do social media marketing or email marketing and you don't have anything that you're asking your audience to do. People like to take action. So that's why it's important to have your call to action. Now, once you run this, I just want one person to kind of drop in the chat just one angle that they got that stand out to them. Just drop one angle that stand out to you in the chat. Like looking at mine, out of the 5 content angles that it gave back for me. So first of all, my offer is Elevate to AI equips entrepreneurs and leaders to use AI with clarity, build simple AI systems that handle repetitive work and create more time to focus on leading and growing their businesses. And so one of the content angles that it gave back to me that kind of stands out, especially when it comes to veteran entrepreneurs, is either number 1, that Tom back angle, or number 4, the overwhelm to simple angle. Most founders think AI means complexity. Show the opposite. One small system, one task off your plate. And all these angles is that you take this angle and you build your content off of it. So that angle, if you have enough, ideas and things that, you work alongside with your AI tool that you can build, you can probably use that angle for a whole week or a whole month even. I know I can get content off of the time back angle for sure. So that's what these angles are there to show you, what you can use, different ways that you can approach your message with your marketing. All right, I'm just trying to see anybody get something back, a content angle that maybe you haven't used before. Anyone? I see people still working. Dow, did you get anything yet?
I do not, because I've never used Claude, so it doesn't know me yet.
So
So
what I want you to do, if you
I'm
haven't
still
used
figuring
Claude,
it.
yeah, if you haven't used Claude, put it in chat. For everybody that doesn't use Claude, go ahead and put it in chat. Bye, Takesha. We got you. We're recording this. Put it in chat if you don't use Claude. I'm just using the different tools so you can see what they do. Put it in chat.
Well, now you're gonna make me buy Claude because I want to see what it says different.
Amy, I see you don't use Claude either. Go ahead and put it in chat.
You'll have fun with Claude.
I'm telling you, Claude does so many great things. Oh my goodness. And when we get into co-work and building skills and agents and yeah, Claude does a lot. So yeah, put it in chat. All right, we're gonna move on because we are close to time. I'm gonna demo some other stuff. I'm not gonna have y'all do it, but I just want to just show y'all some things real quick. So I'm gonna move on over to Gemini. And the reason why I bring up Gemini, because a lot of people do use the Google Suite. Almost all of us here have Gmail. So if you have Gmail, you are within that Google ecosystem. And so most of us have Gemini. Gemini, you can get it free or you can have the paid version. But Gemini comes with a whole bunch of other things that's part of the Google Suite that I'm going to show you real quick. And the first thing that I want to show with Gemini is this. If you want to do some research, now I personally like to use Perplexity for any kind of research, but since a lot of people do have Gemini, I want to go ahead and show this here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put in this prompt in the Gemini, and all I'm asking it to do is to let me know what are the top 5 marketing challenges for veteran entrepreneurs that they face in 2025 and 2026. And for each challenge, suggest one way that AI can help you solve it. Now, this is related to my business. You can go ahead in any tool, not just Gemini, I'm just showing Gemini, and put the same thing, but go ahead and change it to your business. And then run it and see what it says. I'm putting it on Flash so I can get a good result really quick. In Gemini, also in chat, also in Claude, you have what's called deep research. If you wanted to do deep research, it would take longer to give you an answer because it's going to crawl through everything in the internet to come with an answer for you. But if you do Flash, you'll get something quick. So I'm going to go ahead and run this, and it shouldn't take more than like a minute or so. And you can see that fast. It wasn't even a couple of seconds that it came back with the top 5 things already for me that veteran entrepreneurs face, challenges they face when it comes to marketing. So, like, for example, strategic translation, navigating the civilian market. How many of y'all, like us, if you come out of the military and you don't know how to translate your skills? And if you're going into entrepreneurship, you don't really know how to translate what your service and your products are. So that is definitely a challenge that I agree with. And then I asked it to suggest one way that AI could help solve it. And it gives me that, the AI solution. Now, of course, I would need to read this, I would need to verify it, and then tweak it if I need to and iterate on it. So, again, this is another way that you can get ideas on what you could do your marketing strategy on, what your content should be, what your email strategy should be, all of that. It could be based on your research on what it is that your clients are struggling with, the challenges that they have. So I just wanted to show y'all that real quick. I'm moving along because time is precious and I want to show y'all some quick things. Now I'm moving on to another free tool. I'm going to say it again. It's free. if you have Google Suite, you should be able to go into Pali. It is an actual free tool that Google has that helps you with marketing. And so with this tool, all you got to do is give it your website URL. It will read your brand colors, your tone, your style. It will generate campaigns for you and give you graphics that you can use for your business. So I'm going to go ahead in here. I think I wanted to show y'all because time is precious. I already loaded up my website. I have two websites, but I use my Elevate to AI website. And you can see that it went ahead and it dissect everything about my business. So it broke it down and did a business DNA for me. So it'll do your colors, your logo, all of that good stuff, your brand overview. It will also give you your business details. If you are in Google, if your website is on Google and doing all that information will automatically pull up into Pali. And again, this is a free tool. You come over here, it has an agent. It says over here, create campaigns, create a photo shoot. You can also even create a website using Pali. And again, all of this is free. And so real quick, I'm going to just click create a campaign. Now, you can describe the campaign that you want, but it'll also give you suggestions down here of things that you can do. Now, I haven't even put anything in here, like a campaign that I want. But you can see it has some things already that it's trying to come up with based on what it learned from our website. So like, for example, this one right here, I'm going to pull up. This is a campaign. I'm going to actually look at this one because this one is based on my book. So the command method approach. It'll give you like a campaign of what you should kind of write about, what the image should look like, all of that. And then you can tweak this more and you can ask it like over here, it has call to action. I'm telling it to generate a call to action. We're going to see what it does. But this gives you like a starting point of generating images for your marketing. And so sometimes it takes a little bit, but again, like I said, it does photo shoots for you. It'll generate stuff. So say if you have a product that you're selling, you can upload your product and it will generate images for you of your product. So again, this is a free tool that a lot of people don't know that Google Gemini has and offers to people. And so here it gave me another one based on my book. It even took pictures from my website and came up with different things. And it's free 99. Yes, Tonda, it's free 99. Pali. So I wanted to show y'all that real quick because that's a good marketing tool to get you started. Now, the next marketing tool I want to show y'all real quick is NotebookLM. NotebookLM is one of those tools that is free 99 with Google Suite, just like Pali. And NotebookLM is one of my favorite tools. I'm going to tell you, I love this tool because you can upload your documents, your research, your notes, and you put it all in NotebookLM. You create what's called a notebook. And they turn all that information that you uploaded, that knowledge, that you can talk to it, and it can generate different things for you. So I'm just going to go back real quick to show y'all. This is my NotebookLM. Y'all can see I got different notebooks that's in here. The way that you create a notebook is that you just put create notebook. You give your notebook a title, and then you see down here where it opens up and you can drop files in it because it needs to know information from you. So it can be, you can upload files, you can add a website, you can pull stuff from your Google Drive, you can just copy plain text into it. And so I'm going to come out of here and I'm going to go back to my notebooks because I already had a notebook prepped. And this notebook is called Command Market Intelligence. So I created this notebook right here, not just for the demo, but also to show you that I can use this notebook to build a marketing strategy to market different things about my book. And if you don't already know, my book is Command, a guide for veteran entrepreneurs to stress less, to scale more, and soar in the age of AI. And so what I did, and when you use your notebook, after you title it, you add sources. And then, like I said, this is where you add your sources. I already uploaded the interior of my book, so the manuscript for my book, information about my origin story of where command method came from. I uploaded any other things that's related to the command method. I uploaded that information in here. And so you'll see that Notebook will do a summary for you in the middle section. It will also give you suggestions of questions that it can answer for you. And so for this, I want to ask Notebook, based on the information that I gave it on my book, I'm going to ask Notebook to go ahead and what are 5 marketing angles I can use on LinkedIn to attract veteran entrepreneurs based on this book. And so it's going to go through all of the information that I provided. So again, with NotebookLM, it's what you provided. It's going to use all the information that you provide. You can also have it do a fast research or a deep research for you on the internet for information as well. And so you see that quick, it came back with 5 things that I can actually market on. Now I'm about to show y'all something else that is crazy. You see over here, it has studio. If you have never used NotebookLM, you'll see it says audio overview, slide deck, video overview, mind map, reports, flashcards, quiz, infogram, data table. I'm going to hit infogram. So based on information that it has right here, it's going to generate an infographic for me. I'm also going to show y'all something. It may take a little time, so I'm going to let it run real quick. It's going to run an audio for me. So what the audio overview does is that it produces a podcast for you. And that podcast will be normally 2 people that will be talking about the information that you put in your notebook. So now you have a podcast that you can use as well. Now you can change it if you want to get advanced and use 11 Labs or anything like a voice agent and put your own voice into it and all that stuff. But it's going to generate an actual podcast for you. And that one takes a little bit of time to do. It'll do a slide deck for you. Like I said, it'll produce a video. And when it says video, it's not really a video. It's really your slide. It'll be a slide deck with people talking over it. It'll be audio over top of that slide deck is what that video will be. It's not as advanced yet to do a full-blown video. But if you had any data or anything, it could create data tables for you. If you are in academics or you're doing training or something like that and you want to give flashcards, it will produce flashcards for you. It'll produce a quiz for you that you can use. So NotebookLM is very, very powerful. Tanya said, can I use Notebook to create affirmation cards? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You would just upload all of the affirmations that you want to use and have it create those cards for you. It'll come in the form of like a quiz, like a flashcard, but you can then take those and then move them over to like Canva or Figma or one of those designing tools and then create your cards yourself. So just wanted to show you also like for here, like flashcards. It created these flashcards for me. So this is all information about my book. Like what is the invisible tax paid by women entrepreneurs? Let me go back. And then that's the answer. It's a mental state where the mind constantly scans, anticipates, and problem solves without an off switch. So, like if I wanted to do information and do something fun with flashcards, and if I'm having an event about my book, I can, give these flashcards out so people will have that information. So, if you want to think creatively, there's different things that you can do using the studio. Um, Quiz. It came up with like a quiz that I can use based on information from my book. What is the primary military rank achieved by Yolanda Marie Tate during her 29 years? Everybody that knows me know I'm a command sergeant major, and then it gives
Major.
the answers right there. What you say, Dow?
I said command sergeant major.
Yes, yes. So it's
It's
right
it's
there. So
D for dull.
So that so we got that. The last thing is I'm trying to get the audio because if you can hear the audio, it's really, really good. So right here is the infogram or the infographic that it made up. And so it's just taking everything from my command method and putting it in the actual infograph that you can use and really post it somewhere if you wanted to. I would tweak this because it's not correct, just me looking at it, but you can always come back and tweak it. The audio is going to take some time. So we are 15 minutes over. And so I know I showed y'all a lot. I actually had one other bonus that I wanted to show y'all, but we're going to hold off on that. I
No.
think, you know, Dal said no. I know everybody like we are over time and everything. So because there is something else that I would like to show real quick. But it's with Claude and I wish that audio. We're gonna let that audio go real quick. And I'm gonna go over here back to Claude and do something. And I just want to show y'all just the possibilities of creating agents. So this is something that I already put together. Give me 1 second. I need to get my actual full thing and I'm going to show y'all this. Now, this right here is not just a prompt. This is something that I actually work with my AI tool to actually put together to build me an agent that's going to work on my behalf. And so in Claude, I'm going to go ahead and put this agent, and this is going to be my command content agent for Elevate to AI. So what is an agent? An agent actually works on your behalf. It's like your executive, I like to say executive, not just personal, but your executive assistant that you give it information so it does repeatable tasks for you so you don't have to keep doing it. It's just like in chat where they have GPTs that you can set up. An agent just does a little bit more for you. And so I'm creating this agent to be my on brand marketing content agent that attracts my target client for me with content that I can use based on everything that it knows about my command method, my book, everything that I'm doing. And so I have to give it constraints, I have to give it rules, I have to give it the format of things that it needs to do. So again, this isn't just a prompt, it's an actual system. And so I'm gonna go ahead and run that because this is important because that leads me back to my next slide. But before we go back there, while that's running, because it does take time to build the agent, I do want to see if Notebook came back. It's still doing the audio, so it didn't come back with it yet because it's so much information. But I want to go over to these slides so I can get y'all up out of here. We went through all those demos. And the reason why I started with the agent and I wanted to show y'all that is because when you build, and that's what I'm doing right now, and it's running, is building my AI marketing agent. Now, you can build an agent for every repeatable task that you have. And so, what you said, you have to come back. Yes, you have to come back. So, in the one that I'm doing now, whenever you're doing the agent, you have to give it a role. You have to give it a mission. You have to give it inputs, rules, outputs. You have to review the processes because that agent is actually going to take over for you. You can set it up where that agent is working for you 24/7, that it's producing stuff for you that you don't even have to do yourself. Now, I always tell people when you start working with agents, you still have a responsibility to review everything. Or if you get so good with your agent and they get trained, then you don't have to approve it. And then you can have it trained where it can go ahead and post things for you. It can go ahead and respond to things for you, whether it's email, whether it's social media posts, whether it's getting airline tickets for you. You can even do that now with ChatGPT in agent mode. You can actually, we all do like DoorDash, Instacart. Your chat in agent mode can do that for you right now without even having an agent. These AI tools are so powerful. We only use it at the lowest level when we ask it questions, but it's so much more that we can do. And the reason why I bring that up is because I know we did this free webinar this evening, and I wanted to make sure, especially for my veterans, that we know that there's so many great AI tools out there for us to use. But I want to tell you about something that we got going on at Veterans Growing America that I have partnered up with them, with Tonda and Donnell, and we have this great opportunity that I want to share with y'all. We can't go nowhere else. We showed you some great things. I'm also going to give you some great tools that you can take because it's not over. I know I gave y'all that Notion doc with those prompts on it, but I got a whole lot more than I'm about to share with y'all that you can have just from attending this webinar. And so I just want to talk about just right now because we focused on marketing. But the big thing that I want you to know is that we have coming up is what I'm calling command your AI workforce. Because I want you to not just use your AI tool just for basic things. I want you to build an AI workforce that is actually working for you 24/7, that's helping you to build and to scale and to grow your business. And so I just wanted to show you like today is just to get your mind ready, to get you to start thinking, to shift your brain so that you know that there's so much more possibilities that you can do with AI. And so the next part of it is being a part of this course. And so this course is going to be our first cohort that we are doing at VGA. And it's going to start on Wednesday, July 15th. Now, a lot of people have asked, is this going to be virtual or in person? We intentionally made it in person because we want everyone to have a hands-on experience where I can be there to assist you, to walk you through, and we can network and work together as a team. And so this is a 4-week cohort every Wednesday from 6:30 to 8 o'clock at VGA. If you have to miss something, it's okay. I understand things happen if you're not able to be there all 4 weeks. And we will make sure that we have the recordings, different information that you can use. And so I wanted to tell y'all that, but before I give more information on that, I want y'all to scan this QR code. Scan the QR code because that QR code is going to take you to a Google Drive where I have some free resources for you. So I believe I'm going to make sure everybody scan the code before I move on. Because that code, once you get there, you go ahead and put your information in. You will get your free starter kit. And in that Google Drive, you'll get the starter kit. You're also going to get the prompts that I had as well. I think I have the slides in there. If not, I'll add that into that drive where the starter kit and everything is there. So you have these slides as well. And then the other great thing that's there is that I have an actual app that I built that is the Command Intel Readiness Map. It is an app that I built on Lovable. So we're going to learn Lovable if you join this class on how to build different things in Lovable as well. So it's not just going to be agents. It's also going to be about how do we build apps? How do we do vibe coding? All of that great stuff. But you get access to that app as well. So it's a lot of great things you're going to get just by scanning that code, putting in your information, and getting the starter kit. And it'll walk you through. And it's
There's no way.
also,
There's no way to pay for it yet.
hold up, we're going to get to it. Here you go. If you scan that code, you're going to get in, you're going to get the starter kit. It's going to take you to a thank you prompt that you're going to get. And in there, it'll have the information for the course, what that will take you over to Eventbrite. And it should be over there. And if the price is not in there, we will make sure that it is done because it's going to be $97 for the full course for VGA members. The early bird special for people that are not VGA members is $97 as well. After July the 7th, well, on July 8th, it will go up to $147 for non-members. The price is totally $97 for VGA members. I would advise you, if you are not a VGA member, to be a member because there is so much that VGA offers. And we are one of those communities that we work together. And there's so many things that you will get. A lot of these free trainings you will get, and there are some that's going to be paid, like this whole cohort. But I would tell you, being a member of VGA has a lot of great benefits. And I know most of us here are already members. All right, was everybody able to scan the QR code? I'm not sure for Tonda, is the pricing, if anybody wants to sign up now for the pricing and everything is in there? Okay,
It's
awesome.
in there.
Awesome. So before we get out of here, let me ask y'all, how do you feel? How do you feel about AI now? What do you think? Do you think it can help your marketing? Let me hear what you got to say. What did you get from this training? I know we went over. We're about to end. I promise. We went 30 minutes, so we're going to end at 8:30.
I learned I need more tools.
Okay, I love that you said we need more tools, but it'd be even better if we said we need clarity and strategy and a plan and systems on how to use these tools correctly.
Exactly. That's exactly what I need. Hey, on Zoom, babe.
Anyone else?
Okay, I'll be right up. I'll take care of the dog.
Amy, you know I'm gonna call on you, Amy. You've been here the whole time, but you've been quiet. I see you learn there are even more AI resources for businesses, and I know it can seem overwhelming. So that's why that's exactly why we want to make this as simple as possible. I get it, Carissa. I know you just really getting into the AI side of everything. And once you get into it, you be like, oh my God, there's so many possibilities with AI, and you won't fear it. Because the first thing everybody says is that AI is going to take over our jobs, it's going to take over everything. It's not going to take over all jobs. If you know how to use AI, even just a little bit, then you'll be ahead of the curve than a lot of people. A lot of people. We are still in the beginning stages of AI. I know it seems like a lot and it's changing fast, but we're still in the beginning stages, so you are not far behind. But I will tell you, if you're one of those people that say, I don't want to learn AI, you're going to really fall behind because AI is going to be everywhere. And you actually use AI every single day because you use it on your phone every single day. You just use it differently and you don't realize you're using AI. But a lot of the things that you use on your phone is powered by AI behind the scenes. So you're using AI. You just need to know how to use it so it benefits you personally and benefits your business. And so if you liked everything that you heard this evening, I'm looking forward to you being a part of the Command Your AI workforce, being a part of that cohort. Share it with a friend, let them know about it. Use the tools and the resources that I've given you. Use the app for the Command Your Intel Readiness Map. It will give you some clarity on things that you need to work on. And plus, I want you to use it so you can see that you can build some things like that for your business as well. All right, we are at 8:28. I am going to turn it over to Donnell or Tonda for any closing remarks, and then we're going to end.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank y'all all so much. I appreciate y'all for being here. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to me. Let me go ahead and put my you'll be getting some emails from me. So all my information will be there. So you'll definitely be getting some emails from me and reach out to me on LinkedIn at Yolanda M. Tate 123. Yolanda M. Tate 123. It's the same on all social medias, but I definitely will get in touch with you if you connect with me on LinkedIn. Awesome. I see you, Carissa. Yes, I was in a Gen AI training all afternoon. Awesome. Yes, because DOD understands now that they need to incorporate AI in a lot of the stuff that they do. And it's actually the federal government is pushing on this.
Y'all, let's give Yolanda a virtual. You got to move that.
Let me stop sharing my screen.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
let's give Yolanda a virtual hand clap. That was a phenomenal training. You gave out so much value. I can't wait to what they see in this cohort because they are going to be feeling it.
Let me tell you, we ain't even touched the surface.
If y'all lean forward the way that y'all lean forward tonight in the 4-week cohort, you guys are going to blow this thing out the frame. These are tools, people. These are tools, and with a tool, just like a hammer, if you use it correctly, you can build something amazing. So thank you, Yolanda, for building this training that made it easy. I was over on this end. I was like, "Ooh, we're gonna use this for VGA. We're gonna use that for VGA." So this is amazing stuff. We will see. I hope everybody signed up for it. If you didn't, you're missing out. We're gonna record the training and but actually be there so you can answer the questions about your business. Nobody knows your business better than you. Thanks again. Y'all have a go ahead, Doc.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have to ask all my questions on the first 2 weeks because the third week I'm gone, but I'll be back for the fourth. I'm on vacation already.
That's all right. We're gonna take care of you.
So I'm gonna suck up everybody's time for the first 2 weeks. You'll just have to listen to me ask. No, I'm just kidding.
Awesome, awesome. I see y'all, but I appreciate y'all. I know we are over. We said 8, we already over 30 minutes. So thank y'all so much. Donnell, Tonda, all of the VJ family, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate this opportunity to be able to add value and get this information out because I want all of us to grow and scale our businesses.
Absolutely. Thank you, young lady. I appreciate you. Don,
Awesome.
we'll see you in the morning.
Yes, yes. I got to talk to Donnell about that. Thank
Yeah, I
you for
just heard.
bringing that up.
I just saw Donnell's name on something. I signed up for it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Let's
We're going to
grow.
talk about it. Let's
Let's
grow.
grow.
All right. Bye, everyone.